Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate your holding the hearing open to give me time to get here. Thank you. Mr. Cuccinelli, good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
Let's start with this. Citizenship through naturalization is not automatic. Is that right?
Absolutely not.
In fact, 8 U.S.C. Section 1427 lays out specific requirements before becoming a naturalized citizen. Is that right?
Absolutely. And they are ancient from this country's standpoint.
Most importantly, every applicant must, 1, be a person of good moral character, 2, attached to the principles of the Constitution of the United States, and 3, well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
If an applicant fails to satisfy any one of these requirements, the government must deny the application. Is that right?
That is what the law says.
And that process includes reviewing criminal history and background, correct?
That is the process. It is not always followed.
And it also includes a naturalization interview, a citizenship test, and an oath of allegiance. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
But under both the Obama and Biden administration, the government stopped properly vetting applicants for naturalization. Do you agree with that?
Vetting is, yes, I do agree with that, and it continues to be a growing problem just in the raw number in the case pipeline.
Is it also correct that during the Obama administration, it was discovered that the government had failed to upload the fingerprints of at least 148,000 immigrants, many from countries with ties to terrorism?
Yes, that's correct.
And as a result, at least 858 individuals who were ordered removed under one identity were instead granted U.S. citizenship under another identity. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And after more than 12 million illegal aliens have crossed in our border illegally under the Biden administration, would you agree that the problem has only gotten worse?
Absolutely. That's my reference to the very loaded pipeline. Yes.
And tragically, this is not a hypothetical. Just 3 months ago, in Austin, Texas, a naturalized citizen from Senegal murdered 3 and injured 15. Mr. Fishman, the Austin shooter entered the United States on a tourist visa, not an immigrant visa. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
And the Austin shooter committed multiple crimes and was arrested multiple times before he received a green card and before he was naturalized. Is that right?
Yes.
But the Obama administration made him a citizen nonetheless, despite his crimes, despite his arrests.
Yes.
3 people were murdered, 15 more were injured, and the shooter was found wearing a sweatshirt emblazoned with "Property of Allah." The Obama administration's failure to vet naturalization applicants cost Americans their lives. Those failures ripple forward in time. Obama's errors are surfacing today. Biden's errors, tragically, predictably, will surface tomorrow. That's why denaturalization cases are not token, they're urgent. Mr. Cuccinelli, is it correct that we still don't know the number of people like the Austin shooter who were wrongfully naturalized despite documented criminal records?
Oh, absolutely. And we will never know it.
And
it's already slipped through our fingers.
Unfortunately, it gets worse. Let's turn to the requirement that applicants must support the Constitution and embrace our country's basic values. Mr. Fishman, during the Biden administration, would you agree that the civics test was so easy that it failed to screen applicants?
To any appropriate degree, yes.
Among 100 publicly available questions, applicants were asked only 10 questions and only needed 6 correct to pass. Is that right?
Yes.
That's 60% score to become a U.S. citizen. Anywhere else, 60% is a failing grade. That is an F, except under Joe Biden if you want to become an American citizen.
Senator Ted Cruz delivered a fiery line of questioning during a Senate hearing, raising concerns about naturalization, citizenship vetting, terrorism-related cases, and denaturalization efforts. The hearing featured heated exchanges, shocking examples, and a debate over whether America's citizenship process has become too lenient. Watch the full breakdown of Cruz's most explosive moments and the reactions from witnesses.
Advocacy groups, they'd all vote in the 96 election for the president and vice president.
Even the oath of allegiance was effectively abandoned. Mr. Fishman, are you familiar with Mirsad Ramik?
I've unfortunately learned much about him today.
At his naturalization ceremony, Mirsad Ramik refused to recite the oath of allegiance to the United States. Is that right?
That is what I've heard, yes.
And instead, Ramik recited an Islamic oath and cursed non-believers. Is that right?
That is what has been testified to today, yes.
And yet the Obama administration gave him citizenship nonetheless.
That is apparently, yes, the case.
And 1 year later, he became an ISIS fighter in the Middle East. Is that right?
That is what I've learned today, yes.
Look, a basic question anyone should ask, what in the hell are they doing?
I think there should be an investigation of those who were there when he did that. That was clearly, even under current law, entirely inappropriate and unlawful.
Mr. Cuccinelli, a joint DOJ and DHS report in 2018 found that at least 148 individuals convicted of terrorism had become naturalized U.S. citizens. Is that right?
Yeah, that's my recollection.
148 people who passed the test, who were deemed to have satisfied the oath, who were handed the certificate. The naturalization process did not catch up to them. It gave them the veneer of citizenship. And we only know these names because the Trump administration officials went looking. 148 is the floor, not the ceiling. The tip of the iceberg. The pattern is consistent. Among recent denaturalization cases brought by the Trump DOJ, one individual concealed child sexual abuse offenses. Another swore allegiance to al-Qaeda. Yet another joined al-Shabaab. And one even secretly served as a Cuban intelligence agent. Professor Spiro, do you believe we should be granting citizenship to individuals convicted of child sexual abuses?
Of course not if the offense predated naturalization. One thing I will say is you've got 4 examples here, and the number of individuals who are naturalized is about 800,000 a year.
Okay.
So that's, whenever you take a population of 800,000 individuals, you're going to get a couple of bad apples.
All right, let's talk about those bad apples. Do you believe we should be granting citizenship to someone who swears allegiance to al-Qaeda?
Of course not if they did so before they were naturalized.
All right, let's take Mr. Ramik. Do you believe that the Biden administration was right to grant citizenship? Actually, the Obama administration, I don't want to misstate it. Do you believe the Obama administration was right to grant citizenship when Mr. Ramik refused to cite the oath of allegiance and instead recited an Islamic oath and cursed non-believers? Was that decision right?
No, because he failed to satisfy the requirements for naturalization at the time of naturalization.
Mr. Cuccinelli, none of these individuals were entitled to American citizenship, were they?
No.
Every American in this room, if you're an American, has a claim to citizenship, whether through their parents' sacrifice or through their own solemn oath to uphold our Constitution and way of life. Denaturalization does not undo real citizenship. It exposes fraud, it fixes the record, and it corrects citizenship that was never lawfully granted. With that, I want to thank each of the 3 witnesses for being here today. Written questions for the record can be submitted until Wednesday, June 10th, 2026 at 5 p.m. and we will ask the witnesses to submit their responses within 2 weeks so that by Wednesday, June 24th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Thank you again to all the witnesses, and this hearing is adjourned.
Please, don't forget to like, comment and hit the subscribers button for more political updates.